welcome back. For today we are talking all about the brand new Hourglass Vanish Seamless Liquid Foundation. I have tried the stick foundation. I tried it out 2 years ago when I was in New York City during Fashion Week. I bought it. The shade was almond. It was the stick foundation, $48. Put it on, beautiful, glorious, no problem. It's so concentrated and so pigmented, it's amazing. I was more so using it just, you know, under in the center of my face because at that time when I bought it I was a little bit deeper in shade, so I said, you know what, I can just use it in the center of my face and blend it out. The pigmentation on it is unreal. My only issue with it was I felt like it was just really creasy under my eyes, so I ended up stopping using it and giving it to my mom. Fast forward, now they have the brand new Vanish liquid foundation. I was kind of like, okay, cool, this is exciting. I was excited about it. So I ended up not purchasing it right off the bat because, y'all, $56, and we're going to talk about it. Is it worth $56? So what I did was I ended up getting a sample size. I got my sample because this is a very expensive foundation, and I feel like I encourage everybody, if you can, if you're thinking about it, and this is just with all foundations, no matter what, always get a sample first to see if you like it, test it out, and then that way you can decide if it's worth it or not. My shade is in the shade Almond. This is what I have on right now. I've been testing this out for 4 days now, so I've got my thoughts and my bearings on it. Let's talk about what Sephora says this is going to do. So they are saying it is a highly concentrated liquid foundation designed to deliver instant full coverage with just half a pump, no primer. I can't say how many pumps if it's half a pump because I'm using a sample size, and as far as no primer needed, I did not use a primer, and I really wanted to clarify something really quick because if you guys saw my unnecessary makeup video, I said I do not believe in primers, and I didn't really break it down further enough for you guys. What I meant was I don't believe in mattifying primers for myself, so anything that's oil controlling. Now when you're talking about blurring as far as smoothing and pores, yes, I'm good with that, but anything that's gonna, you know, make me not oily or control the oil, it just, for me and my skin, it doesn't work. So I didn't use a primer, haven't been using primer in over a month now. Next up, natural finish, liquid, skin type, normal, combination, and oily. Let's roll the clips and talk about the application of this. So you guys know that I absolutely love my Makeup Forever 108 foundation brush. I have never had an issue with this brush, and I've used various foundations with it. For some reason though, with this foundation, I realized, and maybe because whenever I am working with the full coverage foundation, I do tend to really sheer it out, but as I was going, I realized that I was starting to get a touch streaky, so that is something that I did want to put out there, and I'm guessing it's just because of the formula of this foundation. Like I said, I didn't have this issue with my Kat Von D, my Dior, my Fenty, my NYX, my L'Oreal. No issues with my brush using those, just this particular, I did notice that. I did end up using it throughout the whole foundation application, but I just wanted to put that out there. So I was really shearing it out. It is full coverage. I don't know, well, you can't see it now because obviously I have the foundation on, but I have dark acne scars, 3 in particular. I have one here, and one up here. And the foundation, what I do is when something is full coverage, I will shear it down, but when I want specific coverage in a certain place, I'll just kind of pat it and stipple it, and it covered it, no problem, good to go. So I do think that this is full coverage. It is extremely pigmented, highly concentrated, but the cool thing about it is it's not thick. I think sometimes when we see something that's full coverage, we automatically assume, oh boy, she's thick. This is not thick. Now as far as the finish goes, it's definitely not a dewy finish whatsoever, and I wouldn't break it down and say that it is a matte finish. It is what it is. It says that it is a satin finish right in the middle. I personally feel like it is a very velvety kind of finish. I truly feel like this foundation on me, it emphasizes my texture so bad. I know you guys tell me a lot like, oh, we can't see anything. I do have texture. I wouldn't sit here and lie to you. Keep in mind that I have natural light from my windows. I've got 3 softbox lights. I have a ring light, so it can kind of blow things out and make it look smooth, but I have a lot of texture, especially right over here, large pores, and when I put it on, immediately I was kind of like, whoa, I just feel like I look textured. The first time I tried it on, I wasn't sure about it. I thought my shade was off, and I was like, something's off about it, and I can't put my finger on it. It wasn't the shade, and then as I was wearing it, as the days went on, I was like, I know exactly what it is. I feel like this foundation is really emphasizing my texture. Now on camera and in photos, it looks fine, but with my natural eye, when I kind of get up on it and look closer, I'm kind of like, my skin's looking a little crunchy, and I don't like that. Which leads me to think I'm super oily, and I feel like if you are dry, I don't know that you would like this. Now, as far as the oiliness goes, I did feel like I was looking oily. I'll post a couple of videos here when I was wearing it the other day so you guys can kind of see what my skin is looking like, and it didn't, I don't know, I just feel like it really didn't jive right with my texture, with me being oily. And keep in mind, right now in Charlotte, North Carolina, it is cold. It is 28 degrees today, and it's been in the 30s and 40s the past couple of days. So my thought process is, dang, if I look this oily, and yesterday when I had this on, I wasn't even working a full 8-hour day. I think I only worked 6 hours yesterday, and I was kind of like, if it's cold, I only worked a 6-hour day, and this is how it's looking as far as the oil is going, maybe not the best. I did end up blotting eventually, and then after I was blotting, I felt like it didn't break up, but I did have some transfer, which is normal, but I feel like some foundations I can repair them with blotting. I know, like with my Fenty and my Dior foundations, and sorry I keep referring to those two, but those two are just my favorites, and so that's what I compare it to. But I feel like those I can repair. When I blot them, it doesn't look like my skin is like breaking it up or it's separating on my skin. It just looks like the oil is removed. But with this one, I wasn't a huge fan of it. So as far as I'm concerned, is this worth your $56? I'ma say no. I was so glad that I did not buy this because it was steep. Now, is it a bad foundation? No, but I did not see anything that was innovative about it. I didn't notice anything that made my skin look really, really well. Didn't notice anything that made it look phenomenal. Like I said, right now, it looks totally fine. Nothing wrong with it. But this, just with my personal preference, I don't like the way that it accentuates my texture. It makes my pores look huge. And I know in about 3 hours or so, I'm going to be an oily, slippery mess. So that is just my 2 cents on the new Hourglass foundation. Down below, let me know your thoughts on it. If you've tried it, I definitely want to know if you're dry skin, oily skin, whatever you got going on, if you got acne, you got texture, leave it in the description down below. You guys know the drill. Keep it simple, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.